Okay. All right, we are live right now. Just give me a second to.
All right. So it's just the two of us right now.
Yeah,
But
it's
when you
just the
send
two
that,
of
when
us.
you
So
send that on over,
yeah, let me go ahead and pull it up on my end and go ahead and do that. Go ahead and pull it up on my. Let me go ahead and pull this up on my end. Gonna take a second, but it should be fine.
Patrick, I think when we're older, I think we should continue to do this. I think that'd be kind of a
Yeah,
fun thing.
absolutely,
I
we
know we're
should.
gonna both be busy with our lives, but I think this would be kind of fun.
Yeah, I agree.
Be kind of a
Yeah,
fun thing. I had a lot of fun doing this with you this year. This was a good time.
yeah, me too. All right, I just got the link to you. Here you
Let me
go.
see.
Um,
Let me see.
all right, I'm also gonna go ahead and go on YouTube and get it myself.
Have you
Uh,
sent the link yet? I don't have it.
it's on the group. I didn't. I sent it to you on the in the
Oh,
yeah. If you saw that, I'll also text
oh, I
it to you
see.
as well.
Yeah, go ahead and text it to me. Go ahead and text it to me.
Yep, I got you. I got you. Paste that. All right, here you go. I'm gonna go ahead and send it in there.
All right, I'm gonna send this to St. T's.
Yep, you do that. I'll send it to my Instagram.
Thank you, Pat.
Yep,
I'll put it on my Instagram too.
yep.
So if they click the link, that means that they can just jump right into our
Easily,
call.
yes. They can join the stream and all that stuff, and we can figure stuff out as well.
Oh, this is so exciting, man. This is really exciting, Pat. This is really freaking exciting, dude.
Yep, I know. It's gonna be pretty exciting.
Woo! This
Yo,
is really funny, dude. All right,
yo,
no swearing. The only swear word
we can't
that we're
do
allowed to
that
say is
anymore.
heck.
We can't do that.
Yeah, we can't swear
Yeah, yeah, we can't do that.
because it's more than just the two of us. It's more than just me, you, and Carter,
Yeah, it's more than
or me, you, and Matthew, or whoever.
yeah.
All right, let me go ahead and get a link
Yep, I'm
going
getting it
here.
on Instagram
I'm getting
myself.
on Instagram too, so you and I can both have it on our Instagrams.
Yeah, this is gonna take a second, but hey, it
This is
is
gonna be
what
so
it is.
fun.
Let's go ahead and do that and
I'm gonna at you too, Patrick.
yeah, thanks. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and paste the link on here.
Is it Super Bowl 59?
Yep, Super Bowl 59.
P.A.T. Super Bowl 59 live stream. Awesome,
Yeah,
dude. That's fantastic.
yep. Here it is. There's yours.
What?
Liam.
What? What?
Liam.
Is Liam in the chat or is he
No,
in here?
Liam, you sent it in your story.
Oh yeah.
Yo. Okay. Okay. Regardless of that, though, we're gonna have fun with this. If not many,
This is gonna be
if
good
there's not gonna
stuff.
be many people showing up, that's okay. They can always catch it afterwards. So,
That is so true, dude. And
yep.
it's gonna be okay.
Oh, absolutely, it will. Showing up, that's okay. They can always catch it afterwards. So, yeah. All right. So we'll go ahead, give it a couple. We'll give it a minute so that way you can get ready. And oh yeah, Augie, you just reacted to my message in
I
there.
love it, dude.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So, all right. Okay, whenever you are ready, we will go ahead and get started.
All right. Hey, I'm ready. Hey, Patrick, welcome back to the
P.A.T.
PAT podcast,
podcast.
man. Joined by your host, Patrick and I, August.
Yep.
Guys, this is exciting news here. So today is Super Bowl 59. I can't say that I woke up too early today. I woke up pretty late. I like to stay in bed on
Yeah.
weekends and wake up early during the weekdays. Patrick, how's your weekend been? Tell us about that.
It's been going pretty good. I went to mass this morning, hung out with some
Good,
friends, getting ready for the Super Bowl.
of
Um,
course.
yeah, it's gonna be a very exciting time, that's for sure.
I think this will be a good game too.
It's gonna be a good game. The main question is who's going to win and how is it gonna happen? Because
Yeah.
it's that's the main thing. And one thing I will say going into this is there we have a very big contrast in styles between these two teams, with the Chiefs and the Eagles. For the Eagles, their defense is definitely very powerful. It's Liam's in the chat right now. First
Is
of
he?
all,
Is he actually?
yes, yo,
Is Liam here?
yeah,
Liam, are
Liam,
you here, bro?
yeah, he's in the chat. He's on the YouTube chat right now. So
Oh, okay. So I can't see him. I
you
can't
can't.
see him.
Yeah, I can see him on my end, but
Okay,
yeah,
okay. Is he
but
saying anything?
what?
Is he saying anything?
He's like, "Hello, it's Liam." Chat. Yo, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and
You know what? Wait, I'm gonna mass send this. I'm gonna send this link out to people. I'm gonna mass send this
I
link out to
sent.
people.
Are you guys like the YouTube link or the Google Meet link?
The YouTube
All
link.
right, so yeah, Mass send it out to people. But in the meantime, though, what a contrast in styles between these two teams. On one hand, you have the Philadelphia Eagles, who have, by all accounts, a really good defense. But their offense this year has been
Great defense.
supercharged by Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts, which is
I think Saquon. If the MVP wasn't such a quarterback award, I think Saquon would have won it this year.
I
But
agree.
I know we said Patrick. I know we said the same thing with Christian McCaffrey last year.
Yep,
So
I
yeah,
agree
but
100%.
yeah, I mean, I just think these are two really, really good teams. Obviously, the best teams have to make it out of each conference to go for a
Yep.
chance to win and play in the Super Bowl. I think I really like Philly's chances, but I do see Kansas City kind of pulling more away here because
Hmm.
they've got so much experience in
Yep.
in this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I was about to bring up the other point. On the other hand, you have the Kansas City Chiefs, who over the last 2 years, it's went from becoming more of an offensive team to now more of a defensive team. You have Steve Spagnuolo, aka Spags, who leads that defense, who can pretty much get the Chiefs to
he's really
overcome
good.
anything.
Yeah,
And the
No,
main.
he's really good at football, and
Mm-hmm.
he's really good at being a defensive coordinator. Man, I mean, the Chiefs definitely want to try to retain him because obviously you saw what happened with the Lions when they lost their playoff game.
Yep.
Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson are both out the door. Ben
Indeed, they
Johnson
are.
is the head coach of the Bears now, and Aaron Glenn's the head coach of the Jets.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, and I will tell you that they're definitely going to need to replace those pieces up in Detroit. But
oh, I agree. I agree.
with Spags, one thing he can do and one thing he has done is he has stopped the run. And Spags' defense is notorious for stopping the run. They stopped the run of Christian McCaffrey in Super Bowl 58. They stopped the run of game of Derrick Henry in the season opener. They have stopped the run game on many occasions, and they have many pieces like Chris Jones to make that happen. The Chiefs' defense is unlike any that we have seen in the last decade in terms of their formations, in terms of their results. And
They just bring Patrick. I'm sorry to cut you off, but they
yeah,
just bring insane blitzes sometimes. Like in that last game with the AFC Championship, like
yep,
Josh Allen and Patty Mahomes,
mm-hmm,
they were bringing these crazy blitzes, especially to Josh Allen near the end of the game there that kind of cost them the game. So
yep. Yeah, I agree. And Kansas City, with their defense, they've always been the best way I can describe them in the last 5 years is architects. They've built up their defense, and they build up a defensive line that can keep the Chiefs in the game. The Eagles, what they need to do is they need to be a demolition crew, go above the defense, go through the defense. They need to find a way to go against it. The problem is Spags adjusts his defense so much that it's become increasingly difficult to do that unless you have a very good O-line, unless you have a very good defense to help stop Patrick Mahomes in his run game.
Well, you know what? You were talking about a wrecking crew, right? That they had the Eagles had to be able to wreck through the
Yep.
Chiefs defense. They have someone for that. His name is Saquon freaking Barkley, dude. That guy's been wrecking through everyone's defense the whole year, ever since the Packers first played him down in week one. What was that down in Brazil?
Yep.
Yeah, Sao. I don't even know what the place was called,
I
but
believe it
yeah,
was in Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo. Yeah. Saquon had like three or four touch. I don't even know how many touch. He had like at least two. I know he had at least two touchdowns.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
the thing is, Saquon Barkley has never faced Spags, and it's
that's true.
something that you have to be. It's something you have to take into consideration. And a lot of people thought that Christian McCaffrey was going to run through the Chiefs, right, in Super Bowl 58. Spags
Spags
completely
shut him
stopped that.
down.
Yep.
Spags shut him down. Actually, I would argue with you, Patrick, that last year that their best player, their best player, the 49ers best player was not Christian McCaffrey. It was actually Juwan Jennings.
Yeah.
Yeah, Juwan Jennings had a heck of a game.
Oh, he definitely did. The problem is that just Kyle Shanahan just got out coached in that game, and he kept throwing the ball to the wrong receiver. He kept throwing it to
Well,
Debo.
that's the second time. That's the second time that he's been out coached by Andy Reid in the Super Bowl. Now, I think Andy Reid, I'm sorry to say this. I think Andy Reid is going to do the same thing to Nick Sirianni today, just like he did a couple years ago. Isn't it, Patrick, isn't it just insane how we go from we go from Eagle or no, we go from back in 2019, we go from Chiefs and Niners,
Mm-hmm.
good game, Chiefs win it. And then obviously we have like that Brady Chiefs game,
Yep.
which Brady won. Let's not talk about that game.
Yeah.
And then I think the year after that was Bengals and Rams, which was a
Yep.
really exciting Super Bowl. Oh, we
We
got
got
Liam
Liam
in the
here.
call now.
All right, hey guys, I'm at work still. I get off at 3,
All right.
and then I can join call.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey,
All right.
don't worry about joining right now, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also,
What's up?
question, August, is how's your car? I was wondering, do you have someone to drive you over to campus?
What?
Because remember the plan? We're gonna go to the VUCA.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Liam, I'll talk to you about that later. I'll talk to you about
Okay,
that later.
sorry. I'm just
No, you're all good.
busy
It's
right
just
now. Kids are
it's
crazy.
the middle of the stream. It's the middle of the stream. Middle of the stream.
Yeah.
All right, my bad, guys.
Don't worry
I'm so
about it.
tired right now.
All right, Liam. If you want to join the call later, definitely join. All right.
Yeah. We got the
All right.
link for you.
Sorry, chat.
All
Bye,
right.
Liam.
See ya.
All right. All right.
He's a goofy goober. All right. What Patrick? Okay.
We were talking about
That
that.
was-
After that, we had
right.
the Rams Bengals Super Bowl,
We had
which
Rams,
I was
Bengals,
really
and that
not
was a
happy
beautiful Super
about.
Bowl. I love that Super Bowl. But listen, and then right after that was Eagles, Chiefs. Good game. Chiefs won, and then after that was what? Niners and Chiefs again, and now it's gonna be Eagles and Chiefs again. So like Patrick, do you see what's going on here? This is a rehashing of two Super Bowls that already happened the last 5 years.
This is absolutely incredible, and it really goes to show just how just kind of the winning cultures these teams have.
I agree.
Yeah. You have the 49ers that, in my opinion, have built up a, generally speaking, a winning culture. They've made it to multiple NFC championship games.
Yep.
The problem with this year is they underwent Super Bowl hangover, and they had a lot of injuries. So
and Debo wasn't catching the ball,
Yep.
and Ayuk was talking a lot, not doing a whole lot.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was a bad season for those guys. Now the Eagles though, they kind of, I say as soon as they signed Saquon this past offseason, that's when they shot themselves up because Saquon's a dog. I think he's a Hall of Famer.
Have.
And their offensive line, I thought their offensive line would take a step back because of Kelsey leaving, Jason Kelsey leaving, because he had to retire. but their offensive line actually took a step forward because Mekhi Becton reached his full potential, and their replacement for Jason Kelsey, Cam Jurgens, I thought he was going to be bad. He had a rough start to the season, but he was actually a dog.
Yeah, he definitely was for sure. And I will say this: Philadelphia definitely built up their stuff with the draft, and they have some depth with them in their O line and in their defense as well. But the main question is, how does that compare to the Chiefs, and how can this O line stop Spags from doing whatever he wants with
Yeah,
Jalen Hurts?
yeah, for sure. So I'll tell you how that compares. So you know what? I mean, if you think about the Eagles' offense, it's AJ Brown, it's Devontae Smith, it's Saquon Barkley,
Yep,
right? It's Dallas Goddard and it's Jalen Hurts. When you think about the freaking Chiefs, who do you think about? It's just Patrick Mahomes, man.
and Travis
But yeah,
Kelsey.
but they're so good. They're so good. It doesn't even matter. And they've got a lot of luck on their side. Let's be honest, Patrick. That Ravens game that you and I saw at the way in the start of the season.
Yep.
Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Big trust, big trust. Yeah, big trust. But listen, they won that game off of 2 inches of a foot.
Oh yeah.
So, but the thing is, like when you think about the Eagles' offense, you think of AJ Brown, you think of Devontae Smith, you think of Saquon, you think of Jalen, and you think of Dallas Goddard. But when you think about the Chiefs, it's Patrick Mahomes, and then you've got a really old Travis Kelsey who's lost some production. You've got a washed up old DeAndre Hopkins who used to be good a couple of years ago, but now he's at the end of his prime, end of his career.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a goofy TikTok washed up Juju Smith-Schuster. You've got a
He's
rookie
better
in
than
Xavier
Antonio
Worthy.
Brown, that's for sure.
What?
He's better than Antonio Brown, that's for sure.
Yeah, I agree. But then you got a rookie who's Xavier Worthy, who's actually pretty good, and then you've got
Pacheco.
who else? You got Isaiah Pacheco, who's pretty good, but he's also been kind of injured this year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I
Rasheen Rice as
I mean,
well,
who
but
else?
we
I
don't
mean,
hear too much about him.
that's really it. I mean, I don't know. I think they had that one receiver who got injured, who tore his ACL. What was his name?
I don't remember which.
He tore his ACL back in like week 4 or something like that.
Yeah.
But he was in trouble with the police because he did some grand theft. He did like a hit and run.
Oh,
But
yeah.
other than that, like Patrick Mahomes is just being great right now. That's something that we have to appreciate as football fans.
Yeah.
He's just being great. He doesn't have Saquon or AJ or Devontae. I think the Eagles have a much better offense than the Chiefs do. But I think the Chiefs have the better offense. They have the they
better
have the
defense.
edge because of the quarterback play.
Mm-hmm.
I think Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts. This is Jalen. This is Patrick. Patrick is like this. Jalen's like this.
Yeah.
But Eagles offense and Chiefs offense, Eagles offense is like this, Chiefs offense is like that. I don't know. I think it's interesting how that dynamic compares to one another, the two different teams. Patrick, do you have any notes on that?
Yeah, I would like to say that another person, if you think about the Chiefs, you also think about Chris Jones, who is one of the best defenders that you in this game right now. He is also one heck of a leader with what's going on. He can lead the defense. Even if his production drops, he can still lead, and it'll be like nothing ever happened. He is still very scary. He is still very monstrous. He's still very powerful, and he can get the job done if you need him to.
Yeah, he's an absolute beast. I mean, there's not much I can say about Chris Jones. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. Patrick's going to be a Hall of Famer. I think if the Chiefs win today, do you think DeAndre Hopkins is considered a Hall of Fame receiver? What do you think?
I'd have to look at his statistics a bit more, but it's definitely possible.
He was like the best receiver for a couple years.
Yeah, I'd have to look at the statistics of that, but Mahomes is definitely going to the Hall of Fame at this point. So is Tom Brady. So is probably Travis Kelsey as well. But
so is Travis. So is Chris Jones. So is Andy Reid.
Yeah, Andy Reid's going to the Hall of Fame. He's won 3 Super Bowls.
So is Spagnola or whatever.
Yep.
So is he.
Spags. Yep.
I'm trying to think. Do the Eagles, out of the Eagles roster, who do you think is going to the Hall of Fame?
Saquon, obviously.
Obviously, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah. It's a little hard to tell, I would say, because I mean, with the quarterback situation, I know Jalen Hurts is good, but in my opinion,
but
he's not Nick Foles good.
Hall of Fame worthy.
He's not Nick Foles good. That's the thing.
I don't think he's Mike Vick good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Michael Vick. Oh man, him and Deshaun Jackson absolutely destroyed the league back in the day.
Him and Deshaun Jackson were an elite duo, Patrick. I'm glad that you brought that up because that brings me to my next question. Do you think Jalen and AJ are an elite duo? How do you feel about that?
AJ Brown is definitely a good receiver. I
He's
really
elite. He's
yeah,
elite.
yeah, I really like what he's doing. I watched the NFC Championship. He made a lot of great plays. But
Yeah.
the thing is he's no Zach Ertz. He's no like he's not exactly like he's great, but is he that great? That's the thing, especially
Right.
with the
And then
defense.
would he be better with or without Jalen Hurts? That's the question.
I think the Jalen AJ Brown connection works for the two of them. It works for
Mm.
the two of them because of the schemes that Nick Sirianni has, and because of the schemes that those two have been able to work on over the years.
I can't, you know what? I can't stand Sirianni. I think he's such an a-hole, dude.
I
I
think,
can't
I
stand him.
mean, he works well for Philadelphia. Let's be honest about
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I can't say it better than that because the Philadelphia fans are terrible, man.
I
But
mean,
um, they are really bad. But you know what the thing is? I love Saquon Barkley and I love Jalen Hurts and I love AJ Brown. I think Devontae Smith is pretty good. I like Dallas Goedert. But
yeah,
yeah. Oh, and then Brandon Graham. Are you familiar with the name?
I've heard of it.
So Brandon Graham, he is probably going to retire from the Eagles this year,
Hmm.
and so if he wins the Super Bowl, he'll be doing pretty good for himself. But he was on the team when they won the Super Bowl against the Patriots back in 2017.
Yep,
So yeah,
that's
well,
crazy
I guess
though.
we'll see what happens. Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens with that. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, any other questions that you have for me right now, Patrick?
yeah, I would say, if you looked at both teams if you looked at both teams right now, I know Vegas has the Chiefs as the slight favorites by 1.5 points. Um, if you looked at it from that perspective, who do you think is going to pull it off, and what plays are going to be the most important in this Super Bowl? I want to talk about the plays first.
I want to talk about the plays too.
Yeah.
Because you know what, turnovers matter. Players getting injured matters. Like we saw last year when Dre Greenlaw tore his Achilles
Yep.
last year when he was running to the field. That
Oh
was
yeah.
insane. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that he made a comeback this season. And plays matter. Christian McCaffrey, I'm pretty sure he fumbled the ball or Brock fumbled the ball. One of those guys fumbled the
Hmm.
ball. Excuse me. I think Jalen's going to throw an interception. I think Patrick. I can almost guarantee this right now. I think Patrick's gonna throw 2 interceptions in this game, but I do have the Chiefs winning this. I'm sorry, Patrick. I think they're gonna three-peat. I think they'll be the first team in history and the first team for a long, long, long time that's gonna three-peat. I think
Hmm.
they quite literally have a dynasty going on right now. I don't see Patrick Mahomes failing to Jalen Hurts twice, or I mean failing to him at all. Actually, I think he owns Hurts. I think he owns Purdy. I think that's just how it is.
Do you think the Eagles are going to turn the ball over?
Oh yeah, I don't think Saquon's going to turn the ball over. I think Jalen is going to turn the ball over.
He
I
did
think Devontae is
once
going to turn the
in
ball over. I think
2022.
AJ Brown's going to turn the ball over. I
Yeah.
don't think Saquon's going to turn the ball over. He doesn't have a tendency to fumble like that.
Well, I mean, everyone said that about Christian McCaffrey last Super Bowl, and he
That
turned the
is,
ball
and then
over
he
the first
fumbled.
drive. So
Yeah.
anything can
So
happen with that. But what I will,
I think yeah. This is the farthest Saquon has ever gotten in his career.
yep.
Right. So you always have to think about that. But I think Jalen's gonna make some mistakes. I think he's gonna throw 1 interception and 1 fumble. I think Patty Mahomes is gonna throw 2. But the thing is, that's the difference between Jalen and Patrick. Patrick Mahomes is so resilient as a player, as a football player, as a person, and Jalen Hurts is just I don't know. I just haven't seen it out of him yet. I love him. I love Jalen Hurts, but I haven't seen it out of him yet. I don't know how resilient he is.
What I will say is, I think in Super Bowl 57, there was one turnover by the Eagles, and it resulted in a Chiefs getting 7 points out of it. Jalen Hurts
What
fumbled.
turnover was that?
It was the Jalen Hurts fumbled the ball. It was in the second quarter. I believe it was Nick Collins who picked it up and took it all the way to the end zone, and he won and that score right there, in my opinion, is what decided the Super Bowl, because you can't turn the ball over against Patrick Mahomes. You
You
can't
can't
do
turn the
that.
ball over. And I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to turn it over. I just don't have enough confidence in the Eagles winning this thing. I'm not saying the Eagles can't win this thing. I would love to see Saquon Barkley get a ring because he deserves a
Oh
ring.
yeah,
I would love to see those guys get a ring, but and besides, I hate Philly fans. I hate them so much. I'm sorry, Patrick. I know we're not supposed to hate, but I hate those guys. But
yeah,
I
they're
I do
very
see the
annoying.
Chiefs winning this thing.
Yeah, they're
So, Patrick, who do you see winning this Super Bowl?
right now. I see Patrick Mahomes pulling it off. He might throw a pick, in my opinion,
He will.
but
I think he will.
I don't think I don't think it's going to be that detrimental because
I
of
don't think
Steve
so.
Spagnuolo's defense.
Yeah, no,
And
I agree.
and I know the Eagles just sliced through the Commanders last time in the NFC Championship, but that was because the Commanders turned the ball over 3 times,
That's
and
on them. That's on the
that was
Commanders.
on that was on them, and all 3 of those turnovers resulted in points being scored. And the problem is the Chiefs' defense is leagues better than Washington's defense. Let's
I
be
agree.
honest with that. Same thing with San Francisco 2 years ago. The Eagles destroyed them 31-7. Everyone thought they were going to win the Super Bowl easily against Patrick Mahomes because of that performance. But Brock Purdy got hurt. You had the defense that wavered, and you had turnovers in that game as well. It just didn't go very well for the 49ers. And same thing with the Giants. I'm glad you mentioned this because Saquon Barkley with the Giants won 1 playoff game.
And
And
and that was against the fraudulent
yes,
Vikings.
it was against the Vikings. Once they ran to the Eagles, there was no contest. The Eagles just
There was no
destroyed
contest.
them. It was no contest with that. And many people, including Colin Cowherd, said that the Eagles got the easy way to the Super Bowl. And in many ways, they did. This time, it was a bit harder against the Rams, for example. It really tired and worn out their defense, but they still
I
pulled
thought
it
the
off.
Rams had a chance to pull that off.
Oh,
I
the
thought the
Rams
Rams
had a
had a chance to
shot to
pull that off.
pull it off, but the Eagles were just more physical than the
I
Rams.
agree, especially in the snow.
Absolutely. The Rams are indoor stadium guys. They are not used to that kind of weather. The
And it's more.
Eagles
I feel like it's
are.
more hotter. It's hotter weather over there in LA. I feel like too.
It's more temperate, I would say.
Yeah, it's warmer weather. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're not really used to the whole snow situation, but they still pulled up one hell of a fight. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I have the Chiefs winning this thing too.
Yeah.
How did Matthew Carter react last week to his Commanders
To
failing?
2 weeks ago. Oh, he was mad.
Oh yeah, two weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh, he
How
was
did he
mad
go?
when he saw that. Yeah, we had him on the podcast the last episode. We were both really excited for the Commanders to do what they
I
did.
was too. I was
And
too.
I will tell you this, he looked pretty upset about it. And I looked at who was more physical, and even before the Eagles got the ball, I realized this is going to be an issue because I saw the Eagles defense was way more physical than the Commanders. It was very physical, and it was taking a lot of time for them to get the ball to get it to field goal range. And as soon as Saquon cut through that Commanders defense, I was like, "This is going to be a massive issue." And
Yeah, man.
yeah, and I knew at that moment the only way the Commanders were going to win is if they if they shot out the Eagles, if it was just a shootout. Wasn't that, unfortunately. And the Eagles, just for perspective, I've told you this before, August. You've heard of the Monday Night Massacre, right? I've told you this before.
Have I heard of this?
This was back in 2010 between Michael Vick and Deshaun Jackson. They were a very big part of this. In 2010, the Eagles came down to D.C. and absolutely walloped them 59-28. Literally on the first play, Michael Vick threw an 88-yard touchdown pass to Deshaun Jackson. And
Was that the Miracle in the Meadowlands
no,
or no?
that was this year. This was back in 2010. But the reason I bring it up
Oh,
is because the Eagles won by 31 points. It's in terms of statistics, in terms of point differential, this was worse than the Monday Night Massacre in 2010. Like the Commanders absolutely got
are you talking about when
embarrassed.
the Eagles beat up on the Commanders 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. This was worse in so many ways. Number one, it was the NFC Championship. And number two, 55-23. That's a 32-point
But
differential.
number three, Patrick, it was a rookie quarterback, and
Yeah.
the Commanders haven't done anything since you and I were probably not even in high school. So
They
I
haven't
think
done
this
anything
is a
since
good
RG3.
thing. Yeah.
So, yeah, the point is this. The point is this, though. I mean, you have to be fair. They had the Commanders at the time in 2010. They had Donovan McNabb, who was the quarterback before Michael Vick in Philadelphia. which again, say what you want about it, but that's kind of where I'm at with this. So, that's just crazy. I remember Matt; he was really upset about it. He started throwing my pillows around, and I was like, and I just went to Matt and I'm like, you need to
That's funny,
relax.
dude.
Yeah, Matt, don't get mad at me. I'm not taking shots at you or anything like that. It was just kind of funny.
I'm
So
sure I'll see Matt there today at the Super Bowl
yeah,
party.
you probably will. So
See, the irony is, Patrick, that a couple of weeks ago you were trying to get Matt to go to the Super Bowl party, and saying that you would be there, but now you're not even going to be there, man.
yeah, I know I had stuff come up, but it's okay. I'll
No, that's
still
okay,
watch
man.
it.
That's okay.
I'll still watch it. But yeah, with this going on, the AFC. I looked at also watched a bit of the AFC Championship last week as well. I saw the highlights. Truth be told, it was a very winnable game for the Bills. It was a very winnable game. In fact, this was the closest they got to the Super Bowl since 1993. That's how winnable it was. The problem was Josh Allen couldn't turn it up right, and they had receivers that couldn't catch the ball. And Spags' defense
They need
just,
another receiver, Patrick. They definitely need another receiver. I wanted the Bills to win so badly, Patrick. You have no idea.
I know. We needed the Bills back in the Super Bowl, but it didn't happen. So, yeah, but the thing is, in 2020, in that AFC Championship, the Bills lost by 14. In this one, they only lost by 3. And they were a field goal away from getting it to overtime and maybe having a shot at going back to the Super Bowl. That right there, you could say it's more admirable or you could say it's more tragic. I don't know which one. I'd say it's a combination of the two. But the Chiefs still won it.
No, dude. I think that the Bills, obviously, I think as long as you got Josh Allen,
Yep.
you are a contender. As long as you have, and Josh Allen proved that this year. As long as you have him, you are a contender. As long as the Ravens have Lamar, you are a contender.
Yeah.
But like the Ravens and the Bills need to separate themselves from each other and from the Chiefs because the Chiefs have already separated themselves. Like, okay, in the AFC, you got Chiefs and that's it. And then second tier, you've got Ravens and Bills, and that's it. And then third tier is like a bunch of
You got the
miscellaneous playoff teams
Texans
that
and CJ
the
Stroud.
Texans.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. But the thing is, like, the Ravens and Bills are like number 2 and number 3, and I feel like they're very flip floppy.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs are always gonna be number 1 until they can overcome the Chiefs. The only team that has ever done that is the Bengals. Joe Burrow.
Cincy. Oh yeah.
I would say that if Cincy isn't injured and if Cincy's defense can play well, I'd say the 3 best teams besides the Chiefs in the AFC: Bills, Ravens, Bengals.
Oh yeah,
How do you feel about
absolutely. And I think
Yeah.
the Texans, without all the injuries they dealt with, they could
that? Yeah, they
definitely
had a
be
lot of
right
injuries, but
category.
CJ Stroud had a down year, is what I heard.
He had a
This is
sophomore
what I
slump.
saw.
He had a sophomore
Yeah.
slump, but he still beat the Chargers, and came closer. He came closer than Deshaun Watson did to beating the Chiefs, and that should tell you everything you need to know, right there.
Yeah.
Like, for perspective, in 2020, the Texans lost 51-31 in the divisional round. This time, it was a 9-point game. It was still a loss. Don't get me wrong, but their defense was definitely better than it was before. CJ Stroud is starting to get his rhythm going. The game didn't even seem like it was a blowout. It was a very tight game throughout until the last few minutes. That's when the Chiefs pulled ahead against the Texans. The Texans are an up and coming team. The problem is they
I
need
agree.
more.
And the Chiefs got a lot of calls their way, if you know
Yeah,
what
oh
I'm
yeah,
saying.
absolutely. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, Naomi's here. She's saying hi.
Wait,
So,
did she jump in the chat?
yeah, she's on the YouTube chat. So,
Oh, awesome, dude. Nice. Well, welcome, Naomi. I'm glad that you're
yeah,
in the chat.
I'm not going to be
she
there
hear
tonight,
can she hear both of
unfortunately.
us? What?
Yeah. She's saying I can't believe Pat isn't going to be there tonight at the Super Bowl party. I
Yeah.
had some stuff
Well,
come up.
can she hear both of us?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure she can.
Hi, Naomi. Hey, Naomi, if you can hear me, send me a text of like a smiley face or something, or like the dot, the line, and the other dot.
Dang,
If you can hear me,
bro,
dot
bro's
line
trying
dot.
to do Morse code.
I wonder if she can see if she can actually hear me.
Yeah. All right.
Look
Bro,
at this.
bro,
You sent me the line dot, guys. Look at that. That
bro,
is so
bro.
funny.
If Rocco jumps in the chat, I will go crazy because I know he's been wanting us to stream. So
Dude, I hope he jumps in the chat. That'd be
yeah, I
awesome.
hope
I know
he does,
Liam was.
man.
Wait, tell Naomi. Liam was in this chat earlier.
Yeah, Naomi, Liam was here for a bit. Um, he's at work right now, so he might come back later. But man, that's insane. We're getting a lot of people here. I mean, we have
Or
like,
let's see. Maybe there's some other people I can like try to woo over into getting into the chat here. Let's
yeah,
see.
I have the Google Meet link up of that we're on if you guys want to join and give your perspective and stuff like that. We only have like 3 people watching right now, or 2 people watching right now, generally, but that's okay.
Wait, who are the 2 people?
Naomi's one of them. I don't know who the other one is, but
Hmm.
regardless of that, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll still post this on the P.A.T. Channel and all that, and
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
make a few edits on here so that way it'll run smoother. But still,
Patrick, all right. Final score predictions for the game today.
who I'm gonna tell you, it's not gonna be 38-35 like it was last time.
I got 34-30 Chiefs. 34-30 Chiefs.
I think that's a little too high. I see where
You
you're
think, well,
coming
I
from
think
with
this is gonna
that.
be a high scoring game, Pat.
How come?
Well, because the Chiefs and the Eagles have a high scoring offense. Both
They
of them do.
do, but the Chiefs, the most points the Chiefs have scored was actually in the AFC Championship, and that's 32 this season. I think,
But that's the highest the Chiefs have scored this season.
yeah, 32
Hmm.
points in a game. They've been mainly relying on their defense, similar to 2015's Broncos did, with Peyton Manning going through the stuff he was. Albeit that it's this time it's not nearly as dominant as the no-fly zone, but what I will say is that I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I'm thinking something similar to what we saw last Super Bowl, like something in the
So
20s.
what's the score? What's your score
I
prediction?
think the
What's your score
Chiefs are
prediction?
going to win, I'd say 28-24. That's where I'm thinking right now.
Okay, I
Something
like that.
similar to where we were at the last Super Bowl. Albeit,
So you and I both think it's gonna be a 4-point game.
I think it's going to be 3 or 4 personally
Okay.
for the
Okay.
Chiefs, mainly because that's how their season's been. If it's anything more than that for either side, I will be shocked. And if you see one team take a lead that's pretty big by halftime, don't trust it. It's going to get close towards the end of it. So,
Yeah,
remember
I don't
last
think
Super
this
Bowl?
is. I don't see this game being a blowout.
Oh, it's going to be very tight. It's going to be
Yeah.
very tight. Every Super Bowl.
Whoa, Patrick, very tight.
Oh, I see what you did. What you're doing there,
Pat, what the heck are you talking about, man?
bruh. We're not
I'm
starting
kidding. I'm
this right
kidding.
now.
I'm
But the
kidding. I'm
point
kidding.
is this: it's going to be a very close game, and I don't really see anything more than a 10-point lead by either side during the game, and it's by the end of it's going to be close. Mainly because of Spag's defense, he's going to find a way to stop Saquon Barkley. He definitely is. It may not happen right away, but it may happen, especially in the second half where he shuts
Didn't
down
last
Barkley.
year's game go into overtime?
Yep. I don't think this one's going to go to overtime, though. I don't think it will. I think it's going to be all played out in regulation, and it's going to be a fun 60 minutes of football.
I'm excited for the commercials. I'm excited
Oh,
for the
yeah, the Super
commercials.
Bowl commercials.
I'm excited for the commercials, and I'm excited for the halftime show with Kendrick Lamar. He's actually my favorite
that's going to be
artist.
fun. I hope they don't bring back the Burger King commercials. I hope they do not bring those back.
Are you talking about the Whopper?
Yes,
Whopper,
those
Whopper?
are terrible. I do not want them to be brought back. And I am still upset at some people at St. T's who decided during Friendsgiving to play it on their speaker and just to get me riled up.
I think that was like Leah
Yep.
and Megan.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm still a little upset at them for that.
So
Granted,
why do you hate the commercial so much?
it's cringe. It's cringe.
It is cringe. I agree.
Yeah, it's cringe. Now, granted, and it just made me upset. Me and my buddy back in 2 years ago made some like parodies and stuff, the commercials because of how bad they were. So, yeah, it was just like they played them so often, I just couldn't deal with that. Um, but yeah, I got a little upset at Leah and Megan for doing that. But hey, we're even now, so yeah,
Good.
yeah. Oh boy. Well,
Hey, Patrick, I want to talk to you before we end this. I want to talk to you about one final thing.
Hmm?
So, off season, I think we should do one podcast dedicated to the off season.
oh
Okay.
yeah, we should.
Now one off season, one little tidbit that I want to talk about before we end this podcast today is Myles Garrett.
Okay.
So obviously, I'm sure you're familiar with Myles Garrett,
Yep.
Cleveland Browns. Which team do you think should get him? Because I don't know if you saw, but he's requesting a trade from the Browns.
He's requested in the most respectable way he could, and I applaud him greatly for that. Which team do I think should get him?
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure. There's a lot of good teams that could definitely get them. What I will say, probably the biggest contenders, I would say, are probably the Cowboys, the Rams, and a couple other teams. That's what I'm thinking right now. I don't think he's going to the Chiefs or the Bills or anything like that. I think he's going somewhere else.
I hope the Packers can get him.
If the Packers take him, they'll definitely make it closer to a potential Super Bowl. But you have to watch Jordan Love and how he plays. You got to keep an eye on him. He can he can still do pretty well with the ball. He just can't win. He just doesn't win sometimes when it counts.
Yeah. No, I know. Well, Patrick, this has been a good episode. Hey, so just to make sure, are we recording?
Yeah, we're still on.
Awesome, Patrick. Okay, well, I say we end it here,
Yeah,
and you and I will be watching the Super Bowl later on
yeah,
today.
for sure. And for those of you who are tuning in the live, I'm gonna end the stream and I'm gonna edit the video out so that way I can cut like the first 7 minutes of just us promoting this, so that way we can have a much more concise episode. So that way we can put it on there and get it out as soon as possible on the P.A.T channel because I had to do some stuff with this. But thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate it. And we'll see how the Super Bowl goes.
Yes, we will see. All right, Pat. Well, let's do this one more time for the season finale here.
Yep.
Guys, this has been August.
And I am Pat.
And this is the
P.A.T.
podcast.
Have a nice night, everybody.
Well, goodbye, guys, everyone, and everyone enjoy the Super Bowl.
You too.
Bye, Pat.
Bye, August. Okay.